hold guys accountable and make sure that the effort's there every night?
Yeah. Despite tonight, we got a lot of guys in this locker room who really care, who are willing and ready to make the necessary sacrifices and changes to make sure that we improve together. At what pace, I don't know, but we are going to start trying to use the right word, building in the right direction as a unit. Considering all the changes that's been made, you have to find an area of consistency to grow. You can't have a lot of variables every single time you step on the court. I mean, effort and those type things are obvious, but from an individual standpoint and from a team standpoint, we have to know what to expect from each other and how we're going to help each other achieve those things individually so that we can grow together.
Is part of your sense that what Glenn was describing us, that the team kind of needs to define its roles? For example, he mentioned the team needs to figure out who its energy guys is, who its I guess go-to scorer is. That sort. Do you agree with that? Is that what you guys were?
I do. I do. I think that's a great point. We discussed that a little bit. I think the importance in it is that it gives guys something to focus on coming into the game. This game is an emotional game. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this game, so if you can kind of narrow your focus to doing something in particular that this team needs and all your teammates know, it eliminates some frustration. It allows you to, although you shouldn't need any excuses to play hard, it gives you even more incentive to go out there and do your job because you're doing it with the right intentions from an individual standpoint. But it's what the team asks of you. It's clear and open that the team needs it from you. And, you become accountable in a positive way. And I think that's the environment we need to create from this day forward so that we improve.
Some of you guys have talked about when you face an elite team like that, you have to take things away from the game. You have to learn from them. I mean, the way San Antonio is so precise, is that something to kind of take away?
Yeah, that comes with those guys being together a while. But again, the real positive thing from this is not necessarily the score or the way the game was played, but the willingness of guys to understand that what winning basketball looks like. And that it does not happen next game, but that building block does. And those things are contagious and continuous, and I think it could really move us in a positive direction if we kind of really come together and make that happen.
You alluded to some sacrifices or changes that need to be made. What were you referring to?
Just the understanding of that, when we step on the court, it's not a free-for-all in a sense. It's there's going to be more clarity to what's expected from each other. So when I say sacrifices, I don't necessarily mean a stat sacrifice. It's just a sacrifice in understanding mentally and physically what we're going to ask from you. So it may be physically taxing for if the team comes to me and say, look, we need you to be this type of defensive player, then that's what I have to do. Or if we need this big guy in particular, your job is to get 12 rebounds tonight. That's a difficult thing to do if you're not thinking about it. You're thinking about this, and that. But if you have an assigned job that's going to help this team, then we'll do that.
Does the impetus for this come from Jock? Is this something that you guys have thought about here in the locker room, you and Glenn, and maybe some of the older guys?
Yeah, I think it's it definitely stems from him. Because he's been great with us thus far. Coach has been absolutely great and being patient with us as we try to figure things out. But some of this comes from the locker room and us just kind of getting together along with coach and trying to make it happen so that we start, building. If that leads to a win the next game, it does. But if not, at least start building so we can start developing some consistency in our on the court play.
You've sensed this in the last few games, or has this been something that's been coming, or does it depend on the opponent? Or?
I mean, it comes from experience. You talk about life experience and an NBA experience. In my life experience, I've never been on a team, that loses. So with that in mind, you start trying to make the right adjustments to create that winning environment. The same with a few guys around here. A lot of guys are young. They come out of college, or you don't know if their program was a winning type situation, but you need to start developing a winning mentality, winning habits. Even some of the things that I do on the court individually, maybe scale those back if it's not building winning habits. That way we start really exercising all of our strengths. And we do it openly. It's not nothing that guys are coming to the game thinking on their own. It's something that we'll do together.
So it's not so much win-loss because of where you guys are at in your building.
Yeah.
It's just formulating those habits,
Exactly.
which will be the foundation
Exactly.
for whatever happens.
Exactly. And believe it or not, it creates a really positive vibe. It creates, even if there's a simple rule as to if you're on the bench, you're engaged. You're engaged. You're not, I'm not going to sit there with a towel in my head, things of that nature. You're engaged. I don't care what the score is, because those are the things that continue to create a positive environment, continue to create winning habits, continue to create unselfishness. And, those little things are going to make us a really good team, hopefully at the right time this year. So it's still early, but it's time to start building that brick, one by one,
So what you're
living
saying
with the
is,
results.
Aaron, veterans have to repeat it, and rookies have to learn it.
Correct. The veterans are now should hold each other accountable and responsible, and it's the rookie's job or young player's job, first, second year, rookie's job to truly get on board and understand that this is what it takes. You're not going to just walk in this league and be great and win games. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some camaraderie, and I think it'd be good for us. We have some great high character guys who I feel all the men that are suiting up will be on board, and that's the making of a good team, despite a record.
That's good.
Yeah.